All right, so in this video, what we're going to do is get our audio and then download it and show you how to do the basic lip syncing. It should be pretty straightforward. So first thing you want to do is get your audio. So you can get that in any number of ways. One of the things I like to use is the daily wave. So basically in the daily wave, you can just look if you want, but they post one short clip from like popular TV shows and movies and things like that. If it's like a line that you're familiar with, then it will probably show up here. If you don't want to like just manually look through, because that could obviously be a bit, you know, time consuming, you can just search for something. So if there's something you're super into, search for it and hopefully it will show up. Okay. So you can download it from here if you want. So just let's go back to home, just so you see. You just click on this and you'll see download. All right. And you could just play to preview it, so on and so forth. All right. So you can get it here. You could also get it by other means like YouTube, but don't do that because that would be illegal. But you could do it through that if you wanted to be a bad person. So anyway, you're going to download the audio. Now, when you go to bring the audio in, you might find that this is a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the audio into two places. We're going to put it on the main timeline here, and we're also going to put it inside the head, and you'll see why. So let's just say I want to put it in the main timeline. I'm going to get rid of both these layers. I'm going to make a new layer, and I'll just call it audio. Okay, audio, and we'll bring it into there. So I'm just going to go File. We'll do Import, and I'm going to import to Stage. And then let's just say I downloaded that audio. So where is that audio? I think I deleted it. I can't find it. It was a rubber duck thing. Where are you, rubber duck? Oh, here we go. So let's say I downloaded it. I downloaded it as an MP3. I go to open it. Can't use it. Okay, so if that does happen, if you go download the audio and for whatever reason it's not working correctly, what you can do is use Adobe Media Encoder. Adobe Media Encoder. Okay. Gonna pause this till it gets uploaded. Not uploaded, but you know what I mean. So anyway, what you would do is I'm just gonna go ahead and remove that. Yes. Okay. So what you do is just open up Adobe Media Encoder. You can install it as part of the Creative Cloud. And then just go to File. It might have even came automatically when you did Animate because that's how we export out videos. I don't remember, but you just do Add Source, and then you grab the video that you want. So I'm gonna say this MP, oh not that one, sorry, this WAV file or MP3, whatever it is. Okay. And then by default, it's just going to be the same as it was. But what's nice about this is that you can actually change it here. So if for some reason you want to try and do an MP3, you'll see that it'll have the different kind of standards. Because it might be when the MP3 comes in, it's not at one of these normal bit rates. Like it might have a different bit rate, and that's why it's not liking it. I would just suggest exporting it as a WAV file, waveform audio, or I think it's AIFF for Mac. I'm not sure, but I would just do that format because I was doing the MP3 and it was like not working. So it should work. Not usually that picky, but what you can do is bring it in here and just try exporting it out as different formats, and then hopefully one of those will work, and then you can bring it in. Okay, and then once you have that in there, you tell it where you want to save to. You click on that. I would just choose desktop, and then you hit play, and it will export it out. So all you're really doing is just running it through the media encoder to re-encode it with different settings. Once you do that, minimize this, then you can bring it in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring it right to the stage. I'll make sure you have the audio layer selected. File, import, import to stage, and then grab your audio. So where are you, audio? Rubber chicken, open. And then you can see I have it here. I'm going to extend the scene so it's the entirety of it. So I'm going to back this up and drag this over. And I think it was around 5 seconds. So I'm going to click and drag. Both of those, hit F5, or you can right click, insert frame. And there we go. Okay. So the other thing you're going to want to do is just click anywhere inside of here. You'll see right here, it by default, apparently it's on event. Make sure you have it on stream. That way you can scrub it, which you're going to need for this. The last assignment, I know it was harder without being able to scrub. This one's going to be even more difficult if you can't scrub it, because especially when we go to do the lip sync. All right, so we're going to bring it into here, and we hit play.
Let's see. If I were a rubber chicken, where would I hide out?
So I did that audio because he's a bird. I don't know if you can hear it now. He says it's from Darkwing Duck, which was like a show when I was. Anyway, so we're gonna I'm gonna go to the head. I'm gonna double click on it. All right, and so now we can see the head in all of its glory, all of its layers. And I am going to make a new layer above this one, and we'll just call this lip sync audio, and I'm going to bring it into here. Now, because we already imported the stage, it automatically went to our library. Now, mind you, we could have just done file, import, and did to library, and then just dragged it in. But we don't need to do it twice because it's already in our project. So now we just got to look for it. There's Rubber Chicken Works. And you don't drag it into here. You just drag it onto the stage. Just make sure that you're on that layer. So I'm just going to click and just drop it. And then you'll see you can kind of see it's right there. It's a little orange thing. So I'm just going to extend this also to 5 seconds so that I have the entirety of what I need. Make sure that your head symbol is the same length as the symbol on the stage. So even if you only have a lip sync up to 5 seconds, you're going to want to go past that if for some reason you animate a little bit farther. So I'm just going to go 5 seconds for now. That should be 5. Fine. I'm going to hit F5, and that will extend it. And now you can see that that's doing that. So apparently, the way I have it set up right now is this is not correct. So you can see that, I hit enter.
Let's see.
Okay. Yay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the auto lip sync. So I'm going to grab this first, go back to properties. I'm going to turn this off of looping. Okay. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to save this first. That way I have that set up before I do the other things. And so I grabbed the layer. We could do it by frame picker, which, to be quite frank, that's actually how I would do it. We're going to have to do it with a frame picker anyway to fix it because it's not going to work by default. I think mine has music behind it, which is partly what causes the issues of why it's not lip syncing as well as it may. But anyway, so we're going to click on lip syncing. Now I have to line up those drawings like I said in the previous one. So I'm going to click on my ah. I have an ah one. D, E, F, L, M, O, R, S, and U. And then I have to tell the audio that I want. Now, by default, it already knows because there's only one layer with audio. So we do that, and then you hit done. It's going to take half a second, and then voila, it'll be there. Now, if I hit play.
Let's see. If I were a rubber chicken, where would I hide out?
So, didn't do a great job. Like right in here, the beginning, it did okay.
Let's see.
Right? But I'm not super thrilled with it. So if you look, there's a bunch of shapes in here that I just didn't really need. And I think it's just reacting to the music. Okay? That's how we would set up the auto thing. What I'm going to do in the next one is actually fix this so it's not so bad. Okay? Yeah.